My name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the bookie killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Notero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer. Know it's been a while since I did a podcast. You know, your boy was out in Jamaica, man, doing my thing. Had to take the family out. Guys, you know, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much money you make, family time for me is the most rewarding and things that make me happy. So, you know, sometimes you got to put that thing on the charger. Then came back, went over to Mexico and kicked it out there with the Sinaloa cartel and did our thing. But we're back now, man. We got a great show for you guys today. I got a special ride-along host, the one and only Marcus Banks in the house, NBA superstar, born and raised Las Vegas legend in the house. What's up?
My dog, what's good with you, man?
Oh, man.
I'm glad you back. Shit, you've been gone long enough.
Absolutely.
Can I make some money?
Yeah, we're going to make some money. And boy, right. Listen, what I got to talk to you about today is all about you making some money. So we're going to get that here. Like, you know, it's no secret. We're going to get into a couple different things. You're a talk of the NBA and all these interviews here lately, and I'm going to get in that to you here in a little bit. But, guys, like I said, we're back June 27th, podcast number 408, and life is fucking great. 5 weeks away from football, guys. 5 fucking weeks.
Let's get it.
Huh? Guys, you have 5 weeks to build a bankroll in Major League Baseball so you can be ready. Nobody wants to go into the new season betting with your own money. Let's use the bookies' money. Be smart. You want to get a hold of us, 877-220-6540. Go to the website, VIP Sports LV. Put your phone number in. We'll get back with you with a free pick. Follow us on Instagram at VIP Sports LV. The website's VIPSportsLasVegas.com. Subscribe to the podcast, YouTube, wherever you guys choose to tune in. We appreciate all of your posts and comments, and we do read all of your comments. Want to give a very big shout out to the U.S. active and retired military. Appreciate everything you guys do for us. It's because of you allows me to live a great life and take vacations and be able to do a podcast with the Vegas legend, NBA Marcus Banks, my homeboy, personal friend of mine, which he might be mad at me because I'm going to bring some shit out with him today on some questions that I have and a few different things about the NBA league with, and several other things. But like I said, since we've been gone, last podcast, I said, Marcus, you have $100,000. Who wins the championship? You said easily who?
Boston Celtics.
Beat the dog shit out of them. They have any chance at all?
No, they didn't. And Boston will be right back there next year because, like I said, they got to get stronger. They will. They'll get another year under their belt. So it might be curtains again for the league next year.
So we're looking at Boston for a while? Irish
I see about 2 years. I see two to three possibility. They've been flirting around there for the last 5-6 years in that position.
Yeah,
kind of getting there. Now I think they're turning the corner.
Jaylen Brown won the MVP, and he was plus 600 at the start of the series. He won, although Tatum averaged more points, assists, rebounds in the finals. What's up with that?
Man,
they give it to the right guy?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, okay.
Like Jaylen's the dog. You understand? Like if he plays well, they win.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah,
like Tatum's the star. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get his looks. But he kind of feels that role that Iguodala felt in the in the Warriors series. Do you remember that?
Yeah, 100%.
He got MVP and it wasn't Steph.
Right.
But even it wasn't like Steph didn't do his thing. It was he stepped up.
All right, good. Well, like I said, man, we're in this social media game. I keep seeing clips everywhere. Last time you were on the show, we referred to a clip of Allen Iverson. Mm-hmm. The question was asked to Iverson, when you were in the league, who gave you the business? Like, who really was defending you to something where it just frustrated the shit out of you? His answer was Marcus Banks.
Yeah.
We talked about that, last week. Yep. Here it is.
Did you have a big country that should not have given you props?
Marcus Banks, man.
Marcus
I always give him props because he was 6'2", and he was stocky, and he could move laterally. So even when I like hit his shoulder or whatever, he was able to, be able, keep me right there. You know what I mean? I couldn't turn the corner on him. He gave me problems.
The superstar guy that invented the crossover, a guy that could get by anybody at any time throughout his career, every single time. And they asked who gave him the most trouble, and his answer was Marcus Banks. Yep. This is one of the best offensive players to me of all time, the inventor of the crossover. From him to say that for a guy like yourself is just, it's beyond words, and I'm going to get to that here in a second also as well. I've heard several other, Jalen Rose. I mean, I can give you a list of people. Your name in the last 60 days is everywhere. Mm-hmm. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. Okay. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that clip or not?
No. Not until you just sent it to me.
I just showed you the little piece. Well, you might want to watch the whole thing because we might have a few other things to talk about as well. But I showed you the clip where Kevin, they're talking about who was an all-star. Who were you playing with when you played who had it cracking and out there balling out of fucking control that should have been an all-star?
Yeah. Shout to Marcus Banks. That's my little man. You hear me? That's my homie, boy. I used to love the way he played D, man. Peter used to trash little homie, man. I used to hate how y'all treated little Banks, man.
Yeah. Kevin Garnett says Marcus Banks.
That's my dog, man. That's my OG. You know what I'm saying? KG always kept it real, always kept it solid, man. Like, I had a blast, man, when I played up with him in Minnesota.
Well, you actually got drafted to Boston, then you ended up playing with Boston. Garnett afterwards, correct?
Yeah.
And you guys ended up just being, friends more than...
Yeah, he was more like a mentor in that short period of time that I was up there.
Okay.
And, like I said, I was trying to find myself. He was trying to find himself when it comes to, that trade that went on that sent him to Boston and whatnot. Right. But, he was nothing but professional, you know what I'm saying, when it came to me.
And just a good dude, right?
Solid dude.
All right. And then, like I said, you got drafted right over, with Paul Pierce. But my question is like I said, Marcus, I know you work constantly. You're out there working with the kids. Homie, like, you have everybody in the NBA. Will you get off your ass and start doing some interviews? You haven't responded to any of this. Like, these people are literally making you out to be the underrated superstar of that era in the NBA.
I mean, man, listen.
Underground king, you know what I mean? Are you the Vegas Pimp C?
Man, listen, I've always been humble and solid when it comes to things like that, man. I work my butt off. That was something that...
I feel you ain't getting your dues. I hate to tell you. I'm about to dig deep, Marcus.
I'm not, though. And I haven't. You understand? And at the end of the day, man, it's been since day one. So at the end, if I can't control it, the only thing I can do is keep on grinding. And that's the person I am.
Correct. But, why all of a sudden now... all these NBA, and these are superstars. Kevin Garnett, you're talking about $100 million plus players, franchise players, guys that are the best that ever did it. They're constantly talking about how good your game was. Mm-hmm. So, Marcus, there's got to be some deeper things that go into your career of whether people that have held you down. I know that we've discussed in the past how you were robbed of tens of millions of dollars going into the league, just as of your earnings, along with a lot of roadblocks that you probably had playing in the league. Like, when I watched that interview with Pierce and Garnett, later on in that interview, I heard a few different things, like he was talking about like your clothes or your outfit. And like you're cocky and like
a pretty boy, so he was on the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in the Peter used to shit on him because he had so much confidence in himself. I like young fella though, man. Young fella used to ask for it. You know what I'm saying?
You had to be around him off the.
I've been around.
And like, do you have a response to any of that? Like, let's get down to business, because in Boston you got drafted to Boston, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, as a rookie. What I would know is that the first thing you're trying to do is what? Latch on to a big boy?
Or lock in, or not only...
With a veteran, though, right?
But you want to show your work ethic. You want to show your... how you're locked in and determined to help the team.
Okay, great.
Right? And be one of the guys.
Right, okay. So there's a couple different questions that, that I have. No. I just want to talk to him, that he was saying something about, the clothes and you being cocky and little. Now, what would determine cocky? First of all, to your defense.
You tell me.
I know, I'm going to ask you.
What does that look like?
Well, here's what I know. From a white guy that knew you and was watching your career, You're in college. You're a superstar. You're coming off fucking defensive player of the year. You're breaking records. You're
4
doing your
years
thing.
in a row. Let's put that out
You've
there.
got every white woman that's possibly in Las Vegas on your tip. Every sister, everybody you can.
Yeah, facts.
People are trying to throw money around you. You're eating 5-star restaurants.
Facts.
But everybody knows also that Marcus is just like me, born and raised in Las Vegas, born in the mud. Now, when I mean mud, I don't mean a bad family. Good mom, good dad, hard-earning family, pick up the shit in the backyard. He might only had one pedal on his bike, but he had a bike that he might have stole from the neighbor. I don't know, but Pops might have not know about it. So a good family foundation,
Bet.
but born and raised in Vegas.
Yeah.
And guys, if you know anybody that's born and raised in Las Vegas, which I can help him out a little bit, it's not so much of a cockiness, it's the way that we roll. It's just like on my 21st birthday, everyone wanted to go to the strip club and party and do their thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I was already burnt out. I've been doing that shit since I was 16 years old. So this is all about you. So they're talking about like how you dress and stuff like that and being cocky. Is it because like I know that you were from Vegas? Or get into that a little deep. Did Pierce bring you in when you first came to that team?
All right, bet. I got a story for you. So, getting drafted to Boston.
You're excited as fuck. Lottery pick. By the way, guys, Marcus Banks, the only player born and raised in Las Vegas to be lottery picked and drafted to the NBA. And this is what we're going to get into more because you need to start doing a little bit more work. A lot of people owe you a lot of fucking money, bro. And it's just because you're working hard. But so when you got to Boston, you just said KG's your boy. You said Pierce is your boy. Did he treat you that way when you first got drafted coming from Vegas?
You know, with me, I got drafted to Boston. And, you know, hearing all the stories, right?
Now, remember, you're not in the league anymore, so I want to hear I want these people to know exactly what the fuck is going on.
Say no more. So you get drafted to a place, right? So, you know, all the stories you hear, you know, you got to get to a team, choose your veteran. Who would you choose? Well, my choice was Gary Payton, Antoine Walker, Paul Pierce, right?
I would have known Gary was probably smoked out doing his thing. I don't know if I would have wanted to latch on to Gary at the point, but I knew he was a superstar.
He was at the end of his career.
Yeah, he was at the end of his career doing his thing. Is he really going to worry about me and take me under his wing?
Yep.
I don't know.
Right.
And then I would probably be looking at Pierce.
All right, bet. So let me tell you. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I think it's maybe 2 weeks before training camp starts. I go into the gym. Paul's upstairs on the treadmill. So he's running. So it's only him and me and the training staff. So I go up there and he's running. All you hear is a treadmill. So it's a treadmill next to him. And guys, remember, this determined me choosing my vet and who I wanted to be like.
Correct.
The most hardworking guy that I seen.
Here's my opportunity. Here's my opportunity.
That was the first guy I seen, right? And fortunately, he's the best player on the team at the time.
Yep.
Right? So I go up to him. And remember, we from Vegas.
Correct.
Right? We don't do tag-along shit.
We don't do no groupie, dick riding shit. Don't matter how much money you have. We've been doing that forever.
We ain't never been on that.
Yeah, right. Doesn't mean I don't like you or I don't got no love for you, but I'm not impressed easy from nothing.
Nothing at all whatsoever.
Okay, okay.
So at the end of the day,
you weren't dick riding, obviously.
Nope. He's running on the treadmill. So I go up to him. I'm like, hey, what's up, Square? Because we call him Square. He too. Right? We call him Square.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's square.
Correct.
So I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, what you doing up here? What you want, rookie? Like, you see what I'm doing? I'm on the treadmill. So instead of him, right, if you put me in his shoes, right, and a young guy come up to me, right, and was like, hey, Mark, man, what you doing? Hey, just getting some work in, young fella. Why don't you jump on with me?
Yeah, exactly. Come get this money.
Is what I expected, right?
Right. No, welcome to the NBA.
Man, get out of here, is what he gave me.
Tells you to get out.
Real shit. I wanted to fade.
Yeah, you want this point.
To, like,
fuck Paul Pierce, fuck you, fuck everything about you.
So now, I already told you, you got one time with me. Me and Paul had a decent relationship, a great relationship. Nothing bad ever happened. But guess what? He pushed me to the curb. So I had to go and find
your own lane.
My own lane, but then the next best thing, right? And nothing against Antoine Walker. But let me tell you, that was my bet, right? And when I tell you, Antoine Walker did everything that a fucking vet's supposed to do, meaning I didn't pay for anything. My family didn't pay for anything. Yeah, you know what? He broke as a joke right now, right?
But he looked out for you.
But
when he had
did it the right way. So
Yeah.
guess what? It's gonna come back for him.
Right.
And he showed me, right, look, man, no matter what, don't ever let this game and this money get bigger than what got us here.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
So you had a good mentor, but it wasn't the one you thought you.
It wasn't the one that I put it to you like this. If me and Paul would have locked in, right,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't feel about me the way he feels, right? Oh, he was cocky. Nah. Who goes into the NBA like, you know what? Man, this guy's better than me, or that guy's better than me. Nah, it's lace him up.
Not a heart of a champion.
Now watch this. The question that you asked somebody like Paul Pierce was, he was with me every day in practice, right? What did he see me do to every single point guard that came in that gym? So then ask him what the
Shut
hell is
him the
cocky?
fuck down,
What-
obviously.
They couldn't even get the ball past half court. And I don't care who you went and got. Even GP. GP told me one time, hey, don't give a shit what you do. Still not going to play more minutes than me.
Okay, which brings me, Jesus, and I'm
Could
sure.
you imagine that?
No, I can't.
Okay.
That's very hurtful. Hard. That's pretty hard on you.
But
Even
guess
though you're a
what?
tough dude,
Tough.
that's a blow to your fucking.
No,
you know.
could you imagine?
You dedicated-
And that's when you realize that the business is real business. And guess what? It's not basketball. It's not roll the ball out there and make the best man win. I never got the fade or the fair win when it comes to that. Because guess what? If it came to that, if it was anyone that they say practice how you play, well, at the end of the day, I was a fucking all-star in practice.
100%.
So you would be like, well, why didn't you play? Guess what? Now,
Politics.
business part.
Business.
and
That's what I want to talk about.
politics,
Yeah.
That's what took
Because you got
advantage.
completely fucked.
110 million percent.
You got. That's about what you got
Had to.
fucked. Hold on. That
I
was a
got
good
guys
number
worrying
you just
about
said.
what the fuck I got? What I'm wearing?
Hold on. You just said it, 110%. You got fucked. That's about what you missed out. About 110 million is about what they owe you. Now, a couple other questions. For instance, KG. These guys are saying that this is an all-star player that should have been in the all-star game. Where are the OG veterans that could have grabbed you up to get you in the all-star game?
So you gotta
like.
understand-
Let's talk about the political
So
shit.
it's
KG,
nothing-
if you were on his
Nah,
team,
but look, check me. It ain't nothing a player can do.
Period.
Right now, this is why I call my shit ghost stories, right? Ghost stories because what goes on in the dark always come to the light. My mother and my father taught me that, right? So right now, these guys not playing the game. The era that we grew up in, it was not taught. You didn't get taught to share. Do you understand?
yeah, no, 100%.
You had to get that shit on your own.
Well, you come from nothing. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so
So I'm
guess
not
what?
giving you nothing.
Who's giving tips? It was every man for himself. Don't you understand that Paul would have been like, hey, young fella, why don't you come over here, man? Let me talk to you. Don't be cocky.
Correct.
Wait, tell me what cocky mean. I was 19.
Yeah, correct.
And had the world in the palm
Coming
of my
from the
hands.
superstar of UNLV
Yeah,
out here
tell
in
me-
fucking Las Vegas. I
tell
mean,
me-
it's
tell me what
you
it
were living an
looked like.
NBA life before
Yeah.
you even got there.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what the steps that I have to take, right? Because guess what? One thing that I was always willing to do was become what I needed to
So
do.
you could have took constructive criticism and
100%.
actually bowed down a little bit and did what he said because you still wanted under his wing.
But this is the thing.
How does
For
that-
guys like that, I look up to those guys.
Correct.
The world looks up to those guys.
How does that stop you from getting money? You have been blocked in several different ways throughout your NBA career. I mean, to just like, to me, it's almost like you're talked about constantly as the underrated fucking superstar of the NBA. And like, for instance, now, Marcus, like, you got to get out there and go do these interviews. You need to respond. We need to bring Kevin Garnett and Pearson here.
Let's
so
get
you
them in
can.
here. What we got to do to get these guys in here?
Or
We
you
can
could
chop
go,
it up.
or you go do their show.
I'm with it.
You know, you go out
Let's
there and
go.
show and talk about the real shit that went down out there in Boston.
No, because it's
listen,
definitely some shit that
You-
went on that had nothing to do with basketball.
well, this is what I'm trying to say. You're not trying to go put any individual
No,
on blast.
absolutely not.
You've missed, like, they've basically taken tens of millions of fucking dollars from you that you could still go back and get.
Let me ask
People
you-
need
let me
your
ask you a
knowledge.
question, right? As a guy,
They need to hear it.
And if you had an opportunity, let me to keep me on this team, and you the leader of this team, right? Hey, Steve, what you think about Marcus, man? Do you think he can be the point guard of the future, or whatever the case may be? What do you
This is a
think
coach to another player?
to another player. What did you say? No, he's cocky. How does that work?
Yeah, so he didn't
Because
help
let me
you at
tell
all.
I got traded to Minnesota, and that's how me and KG's relationship, right, started building. Because guess what? I was
Who
heartbroken.
was asked that question? Hold on. Who was that? Was that Paul Pierce that they asked that question to?
Paul Pierce actually answered the question saying that I was cocky or whatever the case may be.
That wasn't helping you, none.
It didn't. No, think about it.
It fucked you, if
that's
anything.
well, look, this is my first stop. If the head coach right? Asking your best player, hey man, what you think about this guy right here?
Oh my God! Now keep in mind, you didn't fuck none of it. You fucked none of his girls, did you?
Guess what? Let me tell you one thing I don't do. I'm not going behind your back, man. It's a million in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a million of them
All
in the
right,
world.
so now there's zero reason for him
no
to.
Reason. I've never taken no money out of your pocket. You've never taken none out of my pocket. Like what? So I want to know if that question was asked, right? Because when it comes to talent, if you're talking about me being an all-star,
correct. Coming off a lottery pick, those 4 years are crucial.
Let me explain it. It's not just coming from one guy, right? So at the end of the day, this would have been like a mentorship type of a situation for you to get everything out of this player, right? Where was everyone at? Where was everyone at?
Crickets.
Where was that mentorship?
Crickets.
Where was? I tell you what.
Which cost you tens of millions of dollars.
100%.
Tens of millions. That move right there.
They assumed that I was cocky, right?
Right.
They assumed that I was this guy. I've never been in trouble. I don't get in trouble.
Homie, I've known you for many years. You're the most low key.
Nobody but my family.
Oh
and
my God.
These are guys like I'm talking not family like people just call people family.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about my dad's sister's sons and my dad brother's sons.
Yeah, you're not with the fam smoking 30 blunts out at a barbecue. You know what I mean?
That's not how I was raised.
Yeah, I know.
So at the end
well,
of the
you're
day,
Vegas. That's what they need to understand.
But at the end of the day, it's like if you had an opportunity to answer that question. You mean to tell me that's what was said about me?
I wouldn't have stopped you from getting money.
That's
Absolutely
what was said
not.
about me behind closed doors. Now, after 20 years later, remember, I played in Boston 03, 04, 05-ish, right?
Yeah.
20 years later, it come out that a man calling, you're saying that I was cocky.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what, I was arrogant?
That's
what's coming from. That's what made us.
Homie,
that's what got us there.
Right, correct.
If I wasn't the best player or felt that I was the best player in the world, guess what? Wouldn't have got there
to start with.
Period. Point blank.
Hard work and dedication. That's how the fuck you got there.
I don't understand these men, man. Where y'all getting them from these days?
I have no fucking idea.
Are they building them?
I have no idea. But I tell you what, I think here's the deal, man. You've been working, like I said, with the kids. You're constantly doing your MB3. All this basketball stuff, Marcus. I don't know if I'm going to have to manage you or what. We're going to have to talk off air, but you're going to need to go out there. You're going to need to do the Paul Pierce show, Garnett. You're going to have to go do Jalen and all these different shows because you're the talk of the NBA now, and it needs to be exposed as far as your talents. Your brothers are having your back. The NBA, all these players are telling you gave them the business.
Truth, I've been quiet, right? For 20 years.
Well, you can't be quiet no longer. There's too much money to get, bro.
I want to
go get your money.
I got to tell my side.
Right? Yeah, you got to go tell your side.
My side, let me tell you guys.
But it's not just a Marcus Banks side. It's a business.
It's a business
that people
side.
need to hear.
It's a business side, and then it's the Marcus Banks side.
Correct.
Right? And the Marcus Banks side, like I said, I never had an easy path, right? I didn't get drafted like a lot of these guys to the team, and they started coming in as rookies.
Correct.
Guess what? I had to play behind a Gary Payton. I had to play behind a Steve Nash in my career. I had to play behind guys like this in order to even stay there.
Correct.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to be in the league or you don't? Guess what I did? I zipped it and shut my mouth and became the highest paid cheerleader ever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know why? Because if I didn't take that job, right? Because I'm from Vegas.
Right. So
and I went to UNLV.
Correct.
No. Hear me out. And my agent is from Vegas. He's only, a little guy. So at the end of the day, guess what? It doesn't add up to the guy who went to Duke. Okay, and his agent is this guy.
Correct.
Right? So it's very much so a big business. And it's you have to be lucky. You have to be in the right place at the right time. Let me tell you.
The hardest part is the talent. Don't twist it. The hardest part is your talent.
It is, but being in the right place at the right time. You don't have to have a lot of talent. You just got to be out there and have an opportunity.
And
remember, the NBA is only 300 guys.
Correct.
And it's made up of the best fucking guys in the world. So at the end of the day, each one of them guys will come out and give a normal guy 40 at any given night, right? So it's about opportunity. Look at Jalen Brunson. You understand the guys over at the Knicks?
100%.
Well, he wasn't the man over in Dallas because guess what? They already had them a star.
Correct.
So guess what? He had to make the best decision for him and his family. Guess what he did? I left.
Correct.
And you know what? Now he can blossom. But this shit is definitely a business, man.
Yeah, well, and 100%. That's why I say, man, you got to go out, start doing these shows. Guys, hit up Marcus Banks. How they hitting you up, Marcus?
Man, holler at me on my Instagram. You can email me. Better yet,
all the big homies got your numbers anyway. KG, reach out to your boy or whatever the case is. Pierce, your story needs to be told as far as a dude that everybody that's respectable in the game respects you, how good you were, how everything is, and how you weren't, you didn't get anything what you deserve for the work that you put in, and you still have a lot of money to get. So people need to hear your story, and we'll dig into it more as we keep going here. But it's a pretty much fucked up situation when you've done everything you can. You're still living good. You still have money, but there's a lot of money to go get, man. You've been laying low.
Sure.
I see you coaching, doing your thing. I know you, and I know you very well. You're like me. You're a Vegas boy.
Yep.
You go lay down with your family. You do your job. You go home.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, get back out there. Go do these interviews. Tell your side of the story. Tell these people about the NBA business. All these players that got your back. Thank them. You know what I mean? Because you are the real fucking deal. Straight the fuck up. But anything else you want to touch on? What do you think about J.J. Redick? Is he a good fit for the Lakers?
Yeah, because he's a new face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Change of scenery.
Is that all they need? A new face and a new suit or a clean shave or what?
Scenery. The main piece is going to be what Anthony Davis, how he feels, right? Because he
seems like he's the main piece every year.
But he is. He's the best player on the team.
Yeah.
He's the main piece, and they got to go through him and they got to build it around him. As long as JJ knows that, you understand LeBron is pushing that, I think it should be a solid situation.
Okay, well, here's one thing I do know about you. You sure wouldn't put any of your money on the Lakers no matter who they were playing.
Oh, no, they wish you watched.
What do you
Hell no, you never know.
I tried to give you LA one time when I was going big on them. You were like, fuck you, Steve. I'm going to play quarterback and pass on that one. I ain't doing that, no doubt about it.
I don't know about the Lakers. They ain't solid enough.
Right. Another one that I'm glad you're here for. NBA, okay? Draft was yesterday.
Yep.
We take pride. We're talking about basketball. You know where you came from, playing with a fucking deflated ball in the fucking mud. You know what I'm saying? So America takes pride in basketball. How do you feel that the two top drafts last night were international players from France?
I
don't like it.
I'm not gonna
You like it?
No, I'm not a fan of it because the game is played here.
Correct.
Right?
Not mad that they made it.
No, because
why aren't we to have two people that were better?
The NBA right now I think they're sliding the kids that work hard that went to college here already, right? And then you're choosing guys from out of the country that hasn't grown up and played against the top players in the country.
Correct.
Do you understand? So how do you kind of catapult ahead of the guys that we get a chance to see if this is an American league? Because
are these guys really 27 too?
But I can guarantee over there, they're not choosing our players.
Not at all. You know they're not. Fuck you mean?
I know that for a fact, right? Because guess what? You get 2 Americans on each team when you go to play overseas. Just 2. And normally they take 1 big man and a guard.
Why not?
You understand?
Yeah.
So, no, we don't have the luxury. And I would, for me, nah, man, it's too many college players. It's too much upside out here.
Okay, so would you label this as a bad draft altogether, talent-wise?
I mean, everyone trying to look at they're drafting these kids now on what they're going to be 4 or 5 years from now.
Correct.
Not right now, it's not going.
2 top drafts of the NBA are both international players,
Right,
not one USA.
What team could they be on right now and help any NBA team right now? Those 2 top picks.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few. Maybe Atlanta.
These guys are rookies.
Huh?
These guys are rookies. It's going to take them at least 3 years.
Right, but you're saying, okay, the guy out of college. What would have been your option? Would this have been your 2?
With the guys out of
are these your 2 top picks or no?
No, they're not my 2 top. They couldn't be. It's too. Like I said, the land is too. It's too long. It's too huge out here to pick 2 guys from not even in that you only maybe seen them work out one time or maybe worked out or played in 4 or 5 games. These kids are out here grinding in practice every day.
I know that, but you don't think that these guys were thoroughly fucking checked out and watched constantly to be the first 2 picks in the NBA draft?
The number 1 pick was how tall?
What, I don't know, 6'8"?
Okay. All right. This is the thing. What does he do? What does he specialize in? Do you even know him?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so if you don't know him, right, and we from
so then
one thing about our world, we gonna talk and tell you who's the best coming out and this and that, who highest ranked.
Was there no one talking in the league? You run all the summer camps. You're in the game more than anybody. There wasn't 2 bangers that from the U.S.
It's not. No, listen.
Or was it a weak draft?
They obviously worked out well, and this is the thing. It's not that it's a weak draft. It's that it's not enough spots anymore.
Right. Yeah. Is that what it is?
Remember, it used to be 10 rounds.
I
now
never
it's
thought
only
that
2 rounds is of 30 people. You only picking 60. Think about how many. It's 500 Division I colleges out there in the world,
and not one of them made it to the top 2 picks in the NBA
You're picking
draft.
it's 60 picks. That's all you get.
There were 5 international players drafted in round 1 last night. Is there such a thing as having too many international players in the NBA? I mean, no, because now they're
taking over the league now, though.
Well, yeah,
it's more international players, and they're playing damn near better than the players that's in the NBA. So
you can't hate on it because it's talent.
But guess what? I'm not gonna put those guys in front of these guys here.
What are we doing?
Not even on nothing like racist or
no,
that.
that's what
Just
I said. We're not gonna.
game-wise,
Yeah, that's
right?
all. We're not talking about international versus America. Not just players. Period.
Right.
But they tend to be international. I figure with the way America represents basketball and Michael Jordan and everything that we
That's
were
the old school.
How do we not have 2 prospects that are first and second?
Remember when Mike and them came up? It was only.
Are the youngsters still balling the way you did?
No, they don't play outside no more. They don't do all the.
So they don't. Yeah, because my kids don't play outside at all.
Why? Why?
And a lot of kids don't have the access to an inside gym, right? Unless you're going to a church. We'd sneak into a church. That's how we got our ball off.
Not anymore. Like now you got to put. Now it's AAU ball, and you pretty much put a team together and you travel around.
And if you're in a broke family, you're not playing.
Guess what? Because unless your kid is that good.
Okay, which 9 out of 10 times, you could have family issues and mom don't even bring them to practice.
Yep. Absolutely.
So you're right, man. They're not being brought up the same, balling every day on the blacktop. Like we were born and raised in Vegas. The heat out, we still balled every day, all day.
Remember when we was growing up? We remember the sun getting up to 119.
Correct,
but
and
guess
still
what?
balling.
And it was sunny outside. We were out there in the heat.
100% all day. Like no big deal. Drinking out of a hose.
Look. Remember the
Think
water
I'm playing
fountain
fool?
at the park? Remember the water fountain at the park?
Drinking
is so
straight off the
hot.
side of a fucking hose. Yeah, super
It's so
hot.
hot, and it's shining on the fountain, and you go to drink the water fountain, you're drinking hot water.
100%. Yeah, no doubt. So, but that is very, very true. They're not really out there balling, but I don't know. So what do you think needs to change so we can get these American players going first? Or is it just international just getting that good?
Guess what? There's so many players that play the game now. So
Any-
now you don't just have to pick from the United States.
Any player in round 1 that stood out to you that you think will be a star one day in the NBA?
Nope.
Not one.
Not one for me.
See, that's why I feel that it was not a good draft.
Yeah, but
The poll question, what was the greatest NBA team of all time? Here's your choices, Marcus. 2016 Warriors that won 73 games but lost in the finals. The 96 Bulls that won 72 games with MJ, Pippen, and Rodman. 86 Celtics with Walton, DJ, McHale, Ainge, and Bird. Showtime Lakers with Kareem, Magic, and Worthy. The poll question is, and I want you guys to answer too, what was the greatest NBA team of all time out of those choices? I know my answer.
you go first. Let me.
I'm going 96 Bulls only because it's my generation, and that's Pippen, Rodman, and MJ.
And at the end of the day, that's my generation too, right? So I grew up watching Mike. Really,
You have a lot more depth of a background of the game going back from the beginning to where it is today than me. So your opinion's completely different than mine.
Yeah,
I'm an outsider looking in. You're in the game.
But this is the thing. Like Mike was the superstar at that time.
What's your answer?
It's the Bulls.
Oh, it's the same one. It's the
No,
Bulls.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no. It has to be the Bulls.
All right, well-
the Bulls was like the Cowboys when we grew up.
Right.
Right. Like
Yeah.
it's either you went Boston or you went Lakers or you
The
went
feeling of
Bulls.
it, just seeing it on that TV, was something special. That's for
it
fucking
was
sure.
Could you imagine a lot of these people that haven't even had the opportunity to watch Mike play?
Yeah.
You understand? That was special.
Showtime with
special.
Kareem, Magic, and Worthy.
That was special.
That was special,
Look,
yeah.
those guys, they created the wavy game, like the hot dogging and the fancy plays.
Right.
Guess what?
All right.
Michael Jordan was he was the first to do everything. He was the first to wear his outfit this way. He was the first to wear
longer
baggy
shorts. Yeah.
the tube socks with 2 pair of
100%.
socks. Like, so he created swag. Guess what? Iverson, right? He moved the entire generation.
Yeah.
Right? Because
That's what blows my mind when a motherfucker like that, the best of all time, to me,
know. And
says you
just
gave him the
mentioned
most
me,
problems.
like,
If that doesn't get you to the heart right there, buddy,
Bro, let me
you're a
tell you,
beast.
I used to go to sleep
You're a
early
beast.
when I seen those guys, like the guys who we used to watch on TV, right?
Did you ever
Like,
think
I've
in a
never
million
said-
fucking
I've
years
never
that
fucking
Allen
said- I've
Iverson?
never said this though. The guys that we looked up to basketball wise, right? I had an opportunity to face these guys. The night
You
before,
accomplished
I
your
would have-
dreams.
I would have nightmares, but not like nightmares like as in scared, but nightmares like I'm playing in the game against this person.
Yeah.
Right? And the things that I'm doing in my dream, it actually comes to
Life.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, correct.
Because we play this team tomorrow. So like I was lit, man. It was the craziest thing, man, to walk on the court and you see Kobe right there lacing up. It was the craziest thing.
You and Kobe were homies.
But that's what I'm saying. But you have to grow into that. Like me and KD used to shoot pool a lot. Like he used to come to Boston, and I'm talking about he was so crazy. Hey, bro, he'd come with just his security. This motherfucker came with his security one day, just called the house out of the blue. So we sitting there, we playing Madden. We on the couch playing Madden, right? So my cousin was like, man, it's fucking Kobe on the phone, right? And look, bullshit you not. So I'm like, man, get out of here, man. Hang up the phone. So granted, they were trying to trade for me at the time, right? So GP is who I got traded for, and that's why this story that I'm gonna tell you guys got to come at a later date. So they like, Kobe on the phone. So I'm like, man, that ain't no fucking Kobe. He ain't gonna be calling me or whatever. Bro, he called back and was like, look, meet me at the rack at 10:30. Hung up the phone. No, you don't understand. This was my first time ever hanging out.
That's so G.
This was the crazy. No, look, I didn't know. So
that's beyond somebody's dreams coming true, man.
Me and my cousins jumped in the car. Look, it's snowing and shit. So we get down there. This is normally a place that's jerking. This is going crazy, right? Little pool hall.
Yeah.
This motherfucker shut it down.
It's
There's
down.
nobody in there. It's 26 pool tables in there. It's me, Kobe. I got my two cousins, and it's security. And we shot all night, right? And pretty much it was a fucking interview because 2 weeks later, they traded for me.
And you was on the Lakers.
Now watch this.
Well, there's someone that looked out for you.
And guess what? He was the vet that
Kobe's everything they said he was, isn't he? And more.
Let me tell you, my time with him, right? He was the vet that, and that's why you got Kyrie, you got Tatum, you got everybody trying to mimic everything that he done because he was the one that opened up his heart.
Kobe was real.
Yeah. At first, Mike and them, they didn't open up their heart and give game to us.
Mike's looking to hit the golf course, smoke a cigar, and look where the hoes are at.
Chuck opened up his heart, right? That's why he the favorite, right? But at the end of the day, Kobe is the one that got in the gym with people. You understand? And taught them.
Elevated them.
And yeah, explained to them what it is to be a professional. That's why he get the smoke. Like really,
someone you needed to be with when you got drafted to fucking Boston. Where would if it was him? Yeah.
Let me tell you, because he was
just the motivation,
the work ethic part, right, and how he does it, and what will make me great. You know how these guys are talking. You know how these guys are talking about what would have been.
Yeah.
He would have pulled that out of me.
100%.
So it was just like when he came down to the Drew and played with us in the Drew, right? Because this was the time when all of those allegations, the rape stuff, and all that was going on.
Yeah, he's trying to.
He had to get back to the people, right?
Correct.
Let me tell you. Go pull up that that video online. That's when we locked in.
Right.
Yep.
So a real one, huh? All the way from the beginning to the end. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, R.I.P.
Bro, Kobe story, look. He had these motherfuckers in the locker room. They wearing all these different shoes, right? He came in the locker room. Man, what the fuck is this? Got the ball boy through all the shoes that everybody, and laced everybody with Kobe's around on the team.
That's how we're rolling now.
Bro, that's hard. That's tough.
That's as hard as it gets. So, yeah, man, we're going to have a lot to talk about, Marcus. Like I said, we're opening up a can of worms here.
Bet.
Like I said, you need to get back out there on the grind. Like you're a very impactful person in the NBA that can help people. Your skills, your talent, how you're appreciated by all the NBA players in the league. I'm going to have to get you up off the, out of the gym for a little bit.
Just out of the gym.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know you're willing to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you go do their show. They want you to do it, right?
I have to, definitely.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So we got to get you out there. But more importantly, if I don't give these guys some of this baseball information, which I know you probably want to know who I'm taking tonight.
What we doing?
They're going to probably kill me. So anyway, guys.
That's the best right now. I'm telling y'all.
Want to start with a little Yankees injuries. Anthony Rizzo might be out until at least August with a broken fractured right arm, which is a pretty serious thing for the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton is out for at least 2 weeks with a hamstring injury, so might want to be careful with the Yankees. Even though they still are a good team and can win, they're not running on all cylinders. Best record in baseball, we don't even need to discuss that. Philadelphia Phillies, 53-21, including a 31-12 record at home. They don't lose at home. Bryce Harper's well out of his fucking slump. He's back on kicking ass. Bryce Harper has an 11-game hitting streak going on. Brandon Marsh has 4 hits and 4 RBIs in Phillies 6-2 win over Detroit on Wednesday. Philly's a team, I've told you guys, I've bet a lot all year long. You don't bet them minus $2. You know, we always look for that run line. You're always looking for that underdog value, that $1.10. But it's a team that will be there at the end and can easily pick themselves up a World Series this year. Phillies look to win their 4th straight series when they host the Miami Marlins starting today in Philly. Dodgers. Well, how you feel about the Dodgers, Marcus?
I like the Dodgers.
You give them the same Laker vibe that you do to the Dodgers? Or put them in the same?
It's LA, man.
It's LA?
They so up and down. Like, you know it. Like,
It's exactly what a Vegas boy would say. It's LA.
It's LA. It's just LA.
What would LA say about a Vegas boy?
It's a Vegas. I mean, because you know what? Look, the lights are the same.
100%.
Different.
Yeah, but they're different.
No, just imagine that. The lights are the same.
But they're different. 100%.
You go over to Hollywood, that's why these guys, man, win. They might win today. They might not win tomorrow.
Depends what they did that night.
Because it's Hollywood.
Yeah, man, you never know what they got into.
Come to Vegas, I'll tell you what, you're going to stay up all night long.
and be ready, and then
you got to.
Be ready the next day, too. You know what I mean? Dodgers 51-31. They're in first place in the NL West. 4 straight wins, 8-2 in their last 10 games. Now, they might be 8-2, but guys, these are not the 8-2 record. They're 8 wins minus a 220, minus 230, minus $1.90. That's not good value. Okay, you're not looking to put up 20,000 to win 10,000. You know.
Yeah, no.
So even though they have an 8-10 run, they're not all that good on the run line as well. So I wouldn't be set on just betting straight bets on the Dodgers. Baseball's about underdog value. Ohtani set a Dodger record by driving in a run in 10 straight games. This dude not only proved that I'm the best pitcher MLB's ever seen, but probably the best batter as well. This guy's a fucking beast.
Solid.
You ever seen him in person?
No.
He looks like a fucking robot, dude. It's insane.
Form's probably huge.
He walks like a fucking, he looks like, I don't know what to say. The dude's a beast, straight monster. Dodgers are looking to target a stud infielder before the trade deadline. Mookie Betts will be out for at least 8 weeks after fracturing his hand. Dodgers' next 2 opponents are the Giants, followed by the Diamondbacks. I don't think they'll have any worries with the Giants. Diamondbacks are playing all right. They might give them a little hassle. We'll see. It's all about the Dodgers at the end of the year. They have an all-star team, Marcus, every fucking year.
Do you think, though, that with the all-star team like they normally have every year, and so does the Yankees, right? Don't you think that comes into play, like, and it interrupts their flow?
It interrupts their flow when they don't win the championship. These rich motherfuckers don't know what to do. They're baffled and confused. They bought the team and still lost.
Yep.
They don't know what the fuck to do.
Yep.
Yankees not as bad, but better look out for the Yankees this year too. They could.
You think so?
It could be a Yankees Phillies all fucking day long. Yes, it could. Team that disappoints.
I like the Phillies.
You know, you have to. The team that disappoints me is the team that won the fucking World Series. Texas fucking Rangers.
They've been
straight ass. You bet on them, you lose. You bet against them, you lose. They're not solid all the way around. It's just a iffy team. But I will tell you some teams that are hot. Red Sox are 8-2 in their last 10 games. Houston Astros on fire, winners of 7 straight games. MLB betting Golden Nuggets, guys. Cleveland Guardians 46-31 against the spread. Best run line record in baseball. You talk about getting a good value on the run line. Cleveland Guardians is your team, guys. Underdogs are 685 and 514 against the spread this season. Do the math out of that. You have 685 underdogs and 514 favorite losers. You know how much fucking money you guys would be up if you were betting the dogs only on every fucking game? In some cases, be millions of dollars. Millions of fucking dollars. You got plus 200s, plus 300s. To be up like that is just absolutely insane. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Ever.
Underdogs,
Ever.
685, 514 favorites. Unfucking believable. But yet, I constantly preach underdog money in MLB. No one wants to listen. You guys keep playing your minus 220 Dodgers, fucking clowns.
I'm listening, Steve. I'm listening.
Anyway, away dogs, 453, 322 against the spread this season. Underdogs are just on absolute fire. Teams that have won their last 4 games but are playing on the road as a plus $1.40 or more underdog are just 21-47 in their last 68 games. Kansas City Royals are a stellar 16-4 in home day games with starter Brady Singer in the last 2 seasons. Some home favorites coming off a game which they hit for 4 or more home runs and an incredible 289 to 141 in the last 4 seasons. The White Sox are terrible. They own the last place record in Major League Baseball. They should be absolutely embarrassed, but they are 8-1 to the under in their last 9 games. So, guys, in the sports betting world, they're the worst team in the world, but they could have just took you on a 9-1 record if you're betting the over in their last 9 fucking games. So, guys, you got to be a little bit smart. St. Louis Cardinals, by the way, 8-1 on the run line in their last 9 games at home. So if you're going to bet the run line is usually always a little scary when you're the home team because you're only getting that 8 at bats if you're up. But St. Louis, if you're going to bet them run line, you bet them at home. Houston on fire on the money line, but also 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games. Cincinnati, 13-4 to the under in their last 17 games. Anyway, guys, we're back at it. 5 weeks till football. Major League Baseball is in full effect. We got packages for all size shapes of sports bettors. Guys, right now by far is the best time to make money. We're going to have Marcus join us for the next, several podcasts. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into the NBA, dues that he's owed, blocks that got in his way, things that have cost him tens of millions of dollars, and more importantly, we're going to get him off his ass and get him back out there to get on the circuit so he can go collect these millions of dollars like everybody else is doing podcasts and interviews, especially when you're the talk of their fucking podcast. You know what I mean?
Definitely have to.
Anyway, bro, your family, born and raised till we die, and what you've accomplished in life is something I look up to, always have, always will. You say you look up to my hustle. You accomplished something that I haven't even dreamed about as a kid. So, congratulations for that. But don't expect too much dick riding because we're going to get deep into this show and we're going to go give these guys a good show. And I appreciate you stopping by. And guys, like I said, if you haven't called now, it's summertime. Build your bankroll for football. Now's the time to do it. Underdog value is in full effect. You got winners and you got losers. Which one are you? I'll see you in the winner's circle.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Byron.